Hi there, Crochet CJ episode 56. It's good to see you guys today. I don't have a whole lot. I just wanted to let you know what's happened this last week. Just a little bit of that. In case you don't know me, I'm a mom and a wife and a midwife, and I'm a born again Christian, and I love people enough to tell them that. Welcome to the vlog or whatever you call it. Anyway, on this video, I'm just going to talk a little bit about, I talk about knitting, crocheting, talk about some quilting because I do that also. This week, I actually don't have any finished objects because I've been working kind of a big project, so we'll just jump into that. Joys in progress. I am currently putting together a quilt top for my husband's quilt. I have all of the blocks done. I am now sewing them together in strips and getting that all pieced, and as soon as I get the quilt top pieced, I can get it on the frame and get it quilted, and I will definitely show it to you guys once I get it all put together, and let you see what it looks like. And then my other joy in progress that I'm working on, I started my cardigan, cozy cardigan, knitted cardigan, and this is the back. So this is the back of the cardigan. It's got ribbing at the bottom, 2 inches of ribbing, and then the pattern is actually for a cozy knitted coatigan, and I don't want it that long. So I made this back panel 28 inches before I started shaping the shoulders, and that should work out really well. So now I have to start on the right and left front panels and then do the sleeves and stuff. But I just, like 5 minutes ago, finished this and bound off the top edge of it. So as soon as I sit back down in my chair, I'm going to cast on the right front side. I'm making it with this batik swirl from Stylecraft. The color is Forest, and it is 80% premium acrylic, 20% wool, 550 meters or 601 yards, and 200 grams. And it's just really, really gorgeous. I just love these colors. I was so excited to get to the purple on that. And it really did stripe really nicely. It's just, these stripes are all a little over 2.5 inches. And it stripes really evenly. I was really impressed with it. And I used almost an entire cake to do this, but that's a lot of yarn. Anyway, the pattern is from Yarn Inspirations. It's a free pattern, and it's called the Cozy Knit Coatigan. And like I said, it's a really long one. I didn't want one that long, and so I'm just making it more of a cardigan. I've just been saving this yarn. It's from my sweet friend Mary in Ireland, and one of the cakes actually Sandra had sent me. So I had been saving it for something special because I want it to be something I'd wear a lot. I love shawls and things, but I have so many of them. I just felt like, a cardigan would be a really nice thing to have. I have a couple of cardigans that I've made. Well, I guess I've only made one. The other one was a shrug. But, I like hoodies and stuff. But there are some days when it's just cold for a while and you don't want to have that on, and it's such a pain to get a hoodie off because you have to take your glasses off and mess your hair all up, and it's just crazy. So I thought, man, a cardigan would be great because I can slip it on and off when it's too cool, I put it on. When it gets warm up a little bit, I can take it off, and it'd be really comfortable. And like you really needed to hear all that description. I am still planning to dye yarn. No worries on that. This week was not time for it, so I'll probably work on that in the next couple of weeks, and as soon as I get it dyed, I'll be showing it to you guys, and I'll be making a decision about where it's going to be going. So I did have a couple of acquisitions this week. One was a purchase. My friend Sandra was showing me her Crochet Magazine that she had got because I believe she has a subscription to Crochet. And this is like breezy summer cover-ups. It's got summery patterns in it, stuff like that. You know, I'm not going to show them to you because, of course, it's purchased patterns. But, I mean, I can still show you some of the items without showing you the pattern itself. Look at that tank. Isn't that cute? And I'm not much of a poncho wearer, but there's this really adorable poncho. I don't know. It's just really cute. Anyway, this is the defining, it's Crochet Magazine. It says Summer 2022. And you can go to crochetmagazine.com and look for it. I believe it is from Annie's. Am I wrong about that? Anyway, it's got 21 designs in it. And there's some really cute things in it. There's blankets, there's sweaters, there's, I mean, just all sorts of things in it. And just really cute stuff. There's bags. There's these cute little flip-flop. You could decorate up some flip. You can go buy some dollar flip-flops at the Dollar Tree and decorate them up. Anyway, it's a really nice little magazine. And so I tell you the funny story about it, since I don't have a lot else to say today. I had gone to our local grocery store and they carry Crochet Magazine. And I'd gone just before the end of March. Well, the old magazine was still out. And it said, you know, keep it on the shelf till March 28th. So I thought, okay, I'll wait until after April 1st. I'll go back. So I waited till like the 3rd or the 4th of April and I went back. They still had the old magazine on the shelf. And I was like, great. You know, and my husband's like, oh, just order it. I said, no, it's the principal thing. I'm not paying shipping. I'm going to buy this magazine in a store. So in the same town where our grocery store is, because it's about 20 minutes down the road. Owaso's a pretty good sized little town. It's a suburb of Tulsa, basically. And so I went to the grocery store again and looked the other day when I was in town. They still had the old one on the shelf. I went to Walmart. Walmart did not have any crafting magazines that I could find. I even went and looked in the craft section. I couldn't find any crafting magazines at all. Quilting, crochet, nothing. So, okay. So then I went to Walgreens, which is like it's a pharmacy, but they have convenience items and food and things like that. And they do have magazines. I couldn't find it there either. And, you know, as much as I appreciate Walgreens and their ability to keep prices kind of normal and stuff because they don't have a lot of people helping in the store, it means that you rarely can find someone to help you. Okay, just saying. And Walmart's like that too, but I used to work for Walmart for like 10 years, and so I can pretty much find anything I need to find at Walmart, even though I don't work there and haven't worked there in, wow, a long time. But anyway, so I'm like, okay, I give up. I guess I'm just going to have to order and pay shipping, which just really irritated me because I thought I should be able to find this magazine, right? So I'd run some errands and I'm coming home, and I come home to my little tiny town, okay? Now, I live in a tiny town, okay? We have a Sonic, which is like a drive-in restaurant, and we have a couple of convenience stores with gas stations, and then we have a small grocery store. And I thought, you know what? I think I'll check the grocery store. So I go in because I had noticed the other day when I was checking out that they have a magazine rack behind those checkout stands. I go in and lo and behold, that magazine is on their stand. The new one, okay? Not the old one from last month, but the new one. I was like, I could have saved myself a lot of running around and a lot of travel if I had just gone there in the first place, but I didn't, and it's okay. Now I know where to go. They had other crochet magazines. They had quilting magazines. They had a nice little selection considering it's really, it's just, I mean, it's a nice grocery store and they carry, everything you need for groceries. They don't have as much variety as some of the bigger stores do, but, it's a nice store. And I'm very appreciative because it's like 2 blocks from my house. So, when you need eggs and milk and things like that, you go get them. But anyway, boy, that was a long story to tell you how I got my magazine finally. My other acquisition is actually a gift. My very dear sister-in-law, who I love very much, she actually raised me after my parents passed away, and so we're super close. She's a registered nurse, and so that's probably where I got a lot of my desire to become a registered nurse, watching her care for other people, and she just does for the people. She is also a part of a large family, and so I had lunch with her and one of her sisters the other day, who I'm really good friends with and who I love very much. She's also a crocheter, so that's fun too. Anyway, she had been gifted this many years ago and never used it. It was still in the box, not opened. And it is called a Go Baby fabric cutter, okay, from AccuQuilt. All right. Now, I don't think they make this particular model anymore, but they do still make one that has the same size dies and cutting mats. Now, they're kind of pricey, okay? And it's for cutting fabric, and you can cut up to 6 layers at a time, which is really cool. However, I mean, this is what I have against this. This is all it comes in it, is just this machine, okay? Just this little hand cranked machine. It doesn't come with any dies. You can't do anything. You buy this box, you can't do anything with it, okay? Because it doesn't come with the dies. Now, she had also been gifted a set of dies, okay? And it's got a really nice, it's got a 4.5-inch square, which would be 4 inches finished. And then it's also got a 2.5-inch square, 2-inch finished. And then it's got some half triangle, 2-inch finished square, but they kept triangles. So it's really cool. So I get out the instructions and I'm reading it and I'm thinking, this is cool. I'm going to try cutting some fabric. Can't cut anything because you have to put on top of the die, you have to put a cutting mat. Now, the cutting mat has to be 6 by 12, which is kind of exclusive to AccuQuilt. It's a particular cutting mat that goes with their products. And I get that, okay? However, so this one says that I can use 5 by 10 inch, 6 by 12 inch, 6 by 6 inch, or 6 by 24 inch dies and cutting mats. They're kind of pricey, okay? And I did find a local retailer who carries the products, so tomorrow I'm going to go by there and see if I can't find a cutting mat. I don't know that I would buy any more dies or cutting mats for this because they are expensive. And as nice as it is to be able to cut this, once again, it's kind of like when I bought the Cricut to cut fabric with. You know, with the Cricut, you have to cut the fabric to 12 by 12 or 12 by 24, depending on the size of your mat. Then you have to put it on the mat and you have to roll it out so it's nice and flat, you know, and then it will cut your pieces for you. Well, I mean, at least this cuts layers, okay? And I don't think the Cricut will cut that many layers. I haven't read up for it. But for me, it's faster just to use a rotary cutter and a mat. And so, you know, I really appreciate this gift. It's really nice because this was a very, you know, high quality, high dollar item. And I'm going to use it. And if I like it and it works out great, then I would be happy to come back and tell you guys that it works great and that it's worthwhile, you know, if you're going to be cutting a lot of fabric pieces. But again, the expense to get going with it is kind of prohibitive, I think, for most people. I don't know how much this particular product cost because, like I said, I don't think they make this particular model anymore. I believe it was around $150 when it was new. And these dies range in price. I think the least expensive one I saw was $49, possibly $59, and they go up from there. Because I saw a strip one that I thought would really be cool to have that would fit this machine, and it cuts 2.5-inch strips, and it cuts 2 at a time. And it's actually a 6 by 24 rather than a 6 by 12. This one's a 6 by 12, but it was $79. Well, $79.95. You know how they do that. And then you'd have to have the 6 by 12, the 6 by 24 cutting mat to go on top of it. I don't know if I could use a 6x24 with this one. This is a 6x12, like I said, and it says it goes with a 6x12 cutting mat. So I don't know if I could use the 6x24 with this, you know, because it's 6 inches wide. That's all you would need it to be. So I'm not sure if that would be the way to go. I'm going to ask when I go to the store tomorrow and see what they have to say. All that being said, I'll let you know how it works out and if I think it's kind of worth the money that you're going to spend on it. They have bigger AccuQuilt products. And the reason I'm going to a store, again, I'm really not a cheapskate, okay? I get shipping is expensive, and I pay shipping on lots of things. But to ship me a $30 2-pack of cutting mats, because it was $28.99 for a 2-pack of the cutting mats, and then the shipping was $13. So I'm paying almost $50 for these cutting mats just so I can use this machine that was given to me. And I know, okay, I'm money ahead because I have all this already. You know, if it's a useful tool for quilters, then that's great. But $13 to ship me cutting mats, they can't weigh that much. I mean, I get stuff like shoes and things shipped me all the time, and the shipping's, you know, $6, $8, something like that. But it was $13, and I don't even think it's coming from that far away. I could be wrong. Anyway, I just realized that I forgot to get out my lavalier mic, so I hope you guys can hear me. I apologize if you can't. I'm going to have to, like, tie it to my tripod so that I don't forget it. Anyway, that's all I've got for this week. I think I did a lot of yakking. But anyway, you guys have a wonderful week. And as you're preparing for Easter, you know, today's Passover Sunday or Palm Sunday, excuse me. And then we have Good Friday on Friday. And then, of course, Easter is next Sunday. So as you prepare to celebrate the gift that God gave us by sending his Son to earth to die for our sins so that we might have eternal life, I just pray that you have a really blessed week and that you find blessings in your days as you go by. And just remember that Jesus loves you, and so do I. Take care. Bye-bye.